Hello, carnivores and carnivore curious. Welcome to my Apex Odyssey. It is Saturday night, and I sure know how to party. I've been mostly watching TV and playing video games and watching videos. I'm having a going through a phase where I've been listening to court testimony. I've always been a fan of true crime, or have been for a long time anyway. Excuse the mess behind me. Let me see if I can hide it. Yep, there you go. That's just my little crafting table back there, and it's a mess. Anyway, I'm here to talk about my meal plan for this coming week. This is the second time. Today was the second time this month I've bought groceries. So last week I bought 10 pounds of ground beef and 6 pounds of chicken thighs, and that's about it. And I was fine with that. I was fine eating the chicken, but it's pain to cook, and I don't want to do it. So this week I got 20 pounds of ground beef. Again, I don't mind eating ground beef, but I need plenty of it, and I need it to be cooked. I don't want it to be, trying to dig stuff out of the freezer and thaw it out. What I ended up doing was cutting both of them in half, so I have 4 or 5 pound chubs of ground beef, and I'll end up having to cook one of those every couple of days, and that's not a big deal. I cook it in the oven, and it's really quick. It's minimally invasive for me to cook it. I don't do anything to it. I just smash it into a baking pan and cook it until it's done. So that's what I'm going to eat this week. I also got an 18 pack of eggs and a pound of butter in, the 4 sticks kind. I ended up getting some cage-free eggs. That's not what they weren't the kind that I put on my list. Walmart made a substitution, and that was fine. I did get the butter I wanted, though, and I ended up getting Land O'Lakes. Now, I know everybody's got their favorite kind of butter to eat, but I don't want to be buying the most expensive stuff. That's not what I'm trying to do right now. So I wanted to get something that was kind of reasonably priced or moderately priced. It's definitely not great value priced, but it doesn't have any extra ingredients. I got the salted kind because it just has cream and salt. So that's what I got for butter. So we're going to see how it goes. And again, if it all goes terribly, I can go get different kind of groceries. And last week I've actually still got a few steaks and a pack of bacon. So, if it ends in disaster. Well, it doesn't have to end in disaster because I have a backup plan. But I didn't have any trouble eating mostly ground beef this week. I did have a steak on Friday night to celebrate, getting off of work a couple days. Oh, today, speaking of celebrating, I drove an hour and a half there and back to the town where my mom lives because her birthday was a few days ago. She turned 72, so me and my sisters and my sons and one of my nieces, we got together and had lunch with her. And at first she had chosen to go to a place called Mr. Whiskers, which is mostly fried seafood. But I did check the menu, and I was ready to they have boiled shrimp and grilled fish and shrimp. So that's what I was going to have. But they called, like whenever we were all getting ready to go, and said that for whatever reason the place wasn't open at lunchtime today. They opened for just a dinner service. So she changed her mind, and we decided to go to Golden Corral. And I was pleasantly surprised. They were missing some stuff I would have liked to have seen. But I had a good meal, and it was $14.99 a piece. I got mine and my younger son's. And it was just, $15 is not bad for all you can eat. But I ended up getting a couple pieces of sausage, 2 baked chicken thighs. They had some pulled pork. That was not, it was smoked pulled pork. It didn't have sauce or anything on it. And a couple of pieces of steak. And they cook like these big old steaks. I don't even know what kind it is, but they have a steak that's like this big, and they cook it on the grill, and then they cut you off a piece of it. So I ended up getting 2 pieces that were about this big. And I went up there and I got, I asked, the first time I went, I got just 1 piece, and I told the grill master there, he said, ask him what you got there. I want some of what? I said, but I want some of whatever that is. He had the steak on the grill, and he said, this is going to be well done. I'm like, do you have any that's like maybe slightly a little less than well done? And he gave me, he's like, you want something like this? And he held up a piece. Had some pink in the middle, so that was acceptable. And I said, I would eat it if it was just barely seared on the outside. So he gave me that piece, and I took it back. And all of the food was really delicious. I was, again, pleasantly surprised. The steak was delicious. Now, all this stuff, obviously, was seasoned. It had, I don't even know. I have read the nutrition facts for most of the plain meat items at Golden Corral, and the stuff is 0 carb. It was not probably 100% clean. Might have had seed oils, I don't know. I haven't gone and looked at all the ingredients. Definitely had some seasoning on it, but I was just thinking, those things were not off. Those are allowed in my version of carnivore. They always were. Whenever I first started, I would have seasonings for things, and I've never disallowed it. It's just gotten to the point where I don't want it. I like meat plain now, so I rarely add it, and I only ever have it when we go out, and somebody else has put it on there. But the steak, whatever they put on there, was delicious. It was so good. So I went back and I got another small piece about this big, and I went back to the grill master, and I said, give me the rarest thing you have on the grill up here. And he's like, the rarest thing? And he picked up this. It was just, barely seared on the outside, but it was warm. I don't know. It wasn't cool in the middle. It was still very red, but it was warm in the middle. So whatever that is. And I ate that too. And I got, that's when I got the couple of little pieces of smoked sausage links. And that's what I had. I got very full for $14.99. I drank water. So it was a super cheap date. Somebody else ended up paying for my mom's, probably my older son paid for her dinner. So, we all kind of came in ourselves, and at Golden Corral, you pay as you walk in. So everybody kind of, each group of us, as we came in, we all bought our, paid for our own meat party, and got back there, and we stayed there from about 12 to 1 o'clock, but like before 1 o'clock, somebody came in, because we had a party of 7, so we had to go kind of to a back room that had a big table, and somebody came in, and they were like having an event back there. I guess they had it scheduled for 1 o'clock. they were just hoping that we'd be gone by that time, so we kind of hurried up and got out. The guy who was out there getting stuff ready, he was very nice. He wasn't acting like he was trying to rush us off or anything. He's like, I don't want to just setting up a meeting here. Whenever y'all get finished, we'll get our meeting started. So we didn't hang out too long sitting around. We ended up hanging outside and talking for a while outside. So we had a really fun time. Stayed on plan, and ready to start eating pretty much just ground beef this week with possibly some eggs and butter. I eat eggs once or twice a week, and when I do, I eat like 4 at a time. I like them scrambled with a lot of butter, like, what is that, 2-3 tablespoons of butter. It makes it really good. And Dr. Berry said, you know, it's best if you cook the whites all the way and leave the yolks a little bit runny. So what I do whenever I'm scrambling eggs is I crack them all in the pan and just kind of like, once the whites start getting done on the bottom, I got this spatula and I kind of like stir between the yolks. So I'm mixing up the whites, getting them cooked on all sides. And then once they're pretty much set, then I stir it up, scramble all of the yolks together. And with, 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter in there, they're very moist and delicious. And I add salt as well. So that's what I'm doing this week. What are you gonna do? You got plans for this coming up week? This is the first full week of work we've had in a while with all the holidays. So it's like, ooh, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Learning all this new stuff at work and practicing new skills, and I love it. Oh, it's so frustrating and overwhelming, and I love it. I guess I thrive on this chaos and fury, but loving the new job, and I will be well nourished during that time. Speaking of Dr. Berry, he would be very proud of me for going and walking out in this freezing ass weather twice a day. I don't like it at all, but I'm out there because we gotta walk, don't we, Saga? Yes, we do. We gotta walk at least 4 times a day, and in the first thing in the morning, and then in the evening. It's really cold. It got up to like 50 today, maybe 50 today, so it wasn't like freezing cold all day, but early in the morning and late in the evening it's in 30s, and I don't like it. And in the morning, tomorrow morning, it's supposed to be 27, so I will have to bundle up when I take her for a walk. I'm about to head out, finish playing my video games and listen to more true crime on YouTube. And I would so much appreciate it if you would like and subscribe if you haven't yet. It really helps out my channel. And I'm trying to get the word out to as many people as possible. So I appreciate you guys very much, and I hope you have a beautiful day and many more to come. See ya.